Hello, pilots of the internet. Welcome to Foldable Flight. My name is Kyle, and this is where I teach you how to fold paper airplanes that will blow your mind. In this video, I'm teaching you how to fold Invictus. Taking a close look at the plane here, you can see that it has a really cool wing shape where the wings are narrow near the front of the plane and much wider in the back. And it's held together by a fuselage lock. That means once you fold this plane, it won't come unfolded in flight, and also the wings will hold the angle that you set for them. For instance, other planes, once you let go of them, might open up like this, but because of the fuselage lock, this holds together. And you can see that I've folded this one out of ASTROBRIGHTS solar yellow paper. But if you are interested in supporting me on Patreon, you can fold yours using one of my foldable templates, which always adds something nice to the aesthetic of the plane. And you can see over here there's also a blue version of Invictus as well. So let's see it in flight. All you will need in order to fold Invictus is an 8.5 by 11 inch sheet of paper. And with that, we'll begin by folding this right edge to the left edge like so. And then we'll open that up and actually fold it in half the other way as well, from top to bottom. Okay, now this next step is a little bit tricky. I'm going to go ahead and make a fold, and then I'll explain why I decided to fold the paper as I did. So you might have thought I just kind of picked an arbitrary point there to fold it up. But actually what I'm trying to accomplish is, you can see this layer underneath, this kind of zigzag in the Z here. My objective is to make that length the same length as this portion here. So you can see from this left edge of the paper to the folded edge is approximately the same distance as this zigzag portion of the paper. And once I've done that, I had the paper like this. I'll turn it so that the folded edge here is close to the top edge, rather than, if you look here, the folded edge is about in the middle. I want it to be close to the top edge. And I will now fold this half of the creased edge to the middle of the paper. And this is a little bit tricky because these other layers are going to want to come with it. But basically, I'm just grabbing this one layer and folding it to the middle. And I know the layers are going to get in the way for just a second, but I'll move them out of the way so you can see what I'm doing here. So here you can see I've folded that edge to the middle, and I've already started creasing right here, creasing right there, and I'll continue that crease on the outside of the plane as well. And then once I've done that, now I have these extra layers, and I want to collapse them so that the crease up here near the front of the plane hits the central vertical crease of the plane. So let me go ahead and collapse it, and I'll show you exactly what I've done. So this crease, this angle here, is hitting this central vertical crease. And then once I've done that, I'm going to fold this section of the paper back over the vertical crease as well. And then I'll repeat those same steps on the left side. So I want to pull this in to the center. And you can kind of see, if I move this layer out, I'm just folding this right into the center. And once I've achieved that, I'm creasing this portion right here. And then I crease the outer portion here, this portion. And so now once that whole crease has been made, I can collapse these layers. And I want the crease I'm making here to hit the top of the plane at the vertical center crease. And then I can flatten this bulge. And now all that's left to do is fold this portion back over the center crease. And I know that was kind of a section that the camera gets blocked a little bit. So if you have questions with it, I'm happy to help you out in the comments and see if there's anything more I can add that makes that easier for you. So now that we've done this, the next step is to fold this edge in. And our reference, this will be another one where I'm going to go ahead and make the crease, and then I'll show you where the reference is. When you fold this in, you basically want to create a corner that lands on this line right here. You want your corner to hit that point. So you're folding in from this top point to this point right here. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, and now our plane should look like this. I'm going to open up this left pocket and reverse this crease that is currently landing on the center. You'll see when I open it, this crease here, I want to reverse so that all those layers go into the pocket and lay it flat like so. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side as well. And now your plane should look like this. I'm going to rotate it so that the nose points towards me. And now I want to take this edge here and fold it so it lands on this edge here. And I'll do the same thing on the other side as well. So your plane should look like this. Now, once again, we're going to reverse those creases. And it'll be most difficult here and here where there are multiple layers. So if you put your finger directly behind that and kind of help curl the paper, that will help you as you begin to reverse it. And we're just kind of tucking that in behind itself to make a nice clean leading edge of our wing right there. And we'll do the same thing on this side. And your plane should look like this. Now we will flip it over once again. And you can see that we have a pocket here that if you had X-ray vision, and you can kind of see by the shadow cast, the pocket is essentially a continuation of this angle until it hits the center on either side. And we want to use that imaginary line, the continuation of this angle. And we're going to, it's a little bit tricky because we're not grabbing an edge, we're kind of taking, from the middle of the paper. But I'll show you where I fold again and what my references were. So here I've made this crease by taking this edge here to the imaginary line, this edge to the imaginary line created by an extension of this crease here. So you can kind of see where that is landing. And I only crease until it hits the center of the plane. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. And you can see we kind of have this triangle, these two angles meeting at the center. And now when we begin to fold the plane in half, you can see how that section wants to move forward. And this is very cool. This is called the LaFosse Lock, named after Michael LaFosse, a famous origami designer. And as we fold it in half, that section will move forward. And now we're ready to fold our wings. So I want to take this edge here and fold to this bottom edge. And I'm going to carry that angle all the way through the back of the wing. So you can watch landing it right on that bottom edge. And then just continuing that all the way back. Like so. And you can see we folded through the point of those layers. If I open that back up, our crease went right through this point here on our lock, and that's what's going to hold all the layers together here in a moment. So now, once I folded one wing, I'm actually going to press it flat again and flip the paper over and do the same thing on this side where I'm folding this edge to this edge here. And carrying that all the way back, and I want to make sure that the crease I'm making in the back here, I can see the crease, maybe you can't because of the camera, I can see the crease I made here from the previous wing, and I want to make sure I land the crease I'm forming now on that crease so my wings are identical. And now I can open up both wings, and you'll see that we've created a lock where it doesn't matter if I pull, the wings do not want to splay out like this. And that is very cool because it means no matter what angle we set our wings at, the plane will hold that angle even after we've let go of it. So all that's left to do here is fold some winglets and we'll be done. To do that, we're going to set the plane down like so. And we're going to fold parallel to this center crease. Just small winglets where we don't want our line to intersect this corner here. We want to go just inside that, so the winglet's a little bit bigger than that. And then once we've done one, we'll use that wing as a reference for the other one. Flip it over and fold this other one to match. Like so. And now we'll just set the wings at the angles we want. You want them just slightly angled upward, like this. And that's called dihedral angle. That will help your plane to fly straight. If it begins a banked turn, it will have a natural tendency to want to self-correct. And I'll get into the aerodynamics of that in a future video. But I hope you have enjoyed this fold. This is Invictus, and let me know in the comments how the folding went, whether you had any problems. Let me know how far you get this to fly. Be sure to subscribe for more awesome paper airplane content by clicking on my channel icon in the top right corner. Or check out another one of my videos here. And if you really like what I do, head over to foldableflight.com or patreon.com/foldableflight. And as always, thank you for watching.